So we're back in Beijing and we're just putting together our menu now. So all of the things that we've discovered while we've been away to Chengdu and Hangzhou and all over China are all kind of coming together. I think what's going to make this menu amazing to serve and certainly to eat is going to be the stories that go behind every dish, like the experiences that we've had that those dishes have been created from, like the Sichuan in Chengdu. You have to kind of revert back to your own experiences and the people that you've met that have influenced your time here, because that's all you really can do. Because we don't have any waiters, there's no red tape, there's no barrier between us and the guests, so we are literally going to create these dishes, serve them to the people that come and dine with us, and tell them our story of how we came up with that dish. So it's this incredibly kind of personal experience, and it's like you're coming to our home, like you're coming to our apartment and we're cooking for you. I'm sure you've heard over the last few years a lot of chefs talking about taking an animal and using every part of it, like taking a cow and using every cut and every piece of offal and the bones, but we're trying to do that with a crop now, with a tree. So we're taking the Sichuan tree, we're going to use the wood to cook the duck, we're going to use the leaves to make like a powder and a seasoning and an oil, and we're going to use the fresh berries like a fruit to make like a really kind of citrusy oil to finish off the duck with, so that we can drive Sichuan through as a flavor and not just as a feeling of numbness, not just as a sensation, as a taste. Alright, so this is called Celtus fruit, something that we're using on our menu, and it's got this awesome kind of like nutty flavour. Now it's quite unique because unlike most lettuces, you grow it for the leaves. With Celtus, it's all about the root, and it's got this awesome kind of like tough texture. It's just a good way that we found here to kind of freshen up a dish if you're going to do something rich like we are with duck. Now you see the inside is full of all of these fibres, and what you're left with is of a firm cucumber, but the flavour of kind of like a nuttier version of celery. Okay, so what we're going to do, because it's got this kind of amazing like vibrant green texture, you don't need to do that much with it, but what we're going to do is dress it with an oil that we're going to make from the Sichuan leaves, and we're just going to slice it really thinly like this. So we start by breaking down the duck into the skin, the legs and all the parts that we're going to work with. We picked up this amazing trick from a Peking duck restaurant, and they actually fan dry the ducks, and it dries the skin out and makes it really crispy when you roast it. As the duck's cooking, we add a little bit of the fresh Sichuan oil, and it just gives it that sweetness and that spice that we need. With the duck legs, we mince them down with a knife, mix them with the dried Sichuan leaves, and then roll them in dried tofu skin, and it's got this amazing kind of chewy finish to it. Because these ducks are the same ones used by a Peking restaurant, it means they're really, really fatty, and that makes the gizzards amazing to work with. So what we've done is just cook them really, really slowly, and then we skewer them on the Sichuan roots to finish them on a grill.